On today's episode of The Game Chasers.
Actually, that's not original.
This is how Jay plays this game.
We usually go to arcade auctions with our hands in our pockets, tugging on our balls.
Yep, they do that, and I turn around like they're gone.
This is legit.
It's a really good game.
Arcade auction.
So we are here at an arcade auction. This is actually the first one of the year. I'm excited to get out of the house and do something besides sit on the couch like a bum.
So of course we're playing it safe here. We got our masks. I got my special Darth Vader mask. It's actually a workout mask, but they're not designed for, filtration, but I have modded it. I put a little filter on it where the air goes in, just as good as a mask. In fact, even better. So I'm feeling pretty good.
So the reason we're even coming to this auction is because I've been collecting arcade machines to open an actual arcade.
Billy, you trying to pick anything up or what?
No, I'm not. I'm here to basically just hang out.
It's humid, hot in here, wearing masks. It's not a very pleasant environment or smell right now. It smells like man pits, Doritos, and regrets.
Fart? It's crazy. Like, you look at these machines, you compare them to the newer machines that are coming out. The newer machines have just so much more stuff in them, man. It's crazy. But that's what people want. People want the newer machines with all the sounds and music and lights. And there's a Jurassic Park one where the head actually, you know what I mean? Like the T-Rex head. And I see him. So mature.
One thing that's catching my eye is something I've never seen before, and it's apparently one of the rarest arcade cabinets ever made.
This is legit.
Is it cool?
Yeah.
Does it add to it?
This is legit.
It's common for games to have a stand-up and a sit-down version. I've just never seen the Missile Command. This thing is big, it's gaudy, and it's amazing. It looks so good. This is such a good-looking cab. When you're sitting in there, it's almost like you're sitting in a cockpit, actually.
And this thing is freaking awesome.
Missile Command, the game itself, is actually a pretty fun game. You got missiles. You have to shoot these out of the sky before they hit your bases on the bottom. And the way this works is you have to actually lead. You have to lead the projectile that's coming towards your base.
It screams 80s video game era.
Look, I know this. This is an extremely rare cabinet. I know it's going to be in the thousands of dollars most likely. The question at this point is, how high is it going to go?
I have money I can spend. I'm trying to spend money, so it's not like last time where I'm gonna get called deep pockets for spending $10.
Well, having investors is an awesome thing. It allows you to actually buy arcades in an arcade auction. Something that we're not too familiar with. We usually go to arcade auctions with our hands in our pockets, tugging on our balls, because what are we gonna do, bid?
It's a different feeling having money versus being broke. It's like, if I can equate it to anything, it's like going to McDonald's and looking at the double quarter pounder with cheese meal and being like, oh man, gosh, two patties just dripping wet with grease, melted cheese. You got your slivered onions, you got your pickles, boom, all that kind of stuff, right? You get your large soda pop, you get your large fries, salted to perfection. Those McDonald's fries, am I right? But then but I'll take 2 McDoubles. You got smaller patties, it's dried out, cheese is half melted, diced onions instead of. That's what it's like. That's what it's like, but it's nice to be on the side of the fence where I can get that double royale with cheese meal, so.
fries to go.
What are you doing, Barrett?
I'm playing Gallagher right now. There's a metal slug down that I want to get. I grew up playing it on a ferry boat going from New England, Connecticut to Long Island, New York. A lot as a kid, you know, me and my brother, so if I can grab it, I'll be happy.
I got my eye on a few things that I hope Jay gets. One in particular, I'm actually checking out here that I really like, and is Trog. So I'm gonna try to nudge him, try to get him to get this Trog here.
You won't get the Trog.
No, I bet it goes over a G. Actually, Billy was freaking doing pretty good. He's been on this machine a good 17 to 23 minutes easily, right? That's a long time. So much so they literally unplugged the machine on him. But at one point I looked over at Billy and he was like this. That's a really good game. Trog! Alright, auction is starting. Let's see if the J can find anything good here.
Something really cool is that they have some new old stock. They have a Nintendo versus Unisystem. It's basically a conversion kit. I think it's a conversion kit. And so the games on this particular one are Donkey Kong 3, Popeye, Mario Brothers, and one or two others. But the catch is that they're the NES versions, not the arcade versions. I think anything that's new old stock, like I get a kick out of. So seeing these boxes here like this and knowing that no one's ever touched them before, I think that's awesome.
So there's a couple of kits here. You could probably even call them conversion kits, and it's as easy as basically swapping out the insides. There's NeoGeo one here.
So $50 buyer, $164.
All right, so lucky for me, not a whole lot of people are wanting NeoGeo stuff right now, I guess. So $50. I got this NeoGeo kit. I'm ready to go. Good stuff.
All right, so now we got to the cocktail tables. And I like cocktail tables. You can put your drinks down on them.
Somebody's gotta buy them.
These were actually very common in Pizza Huts, things of that nature. I have a Donkey Kong already. I know that's in here. I'm eyeballing this Mr. Do though.
Well, I got that. I like the Mr. Do.
Look at all the balls.
Mr. Do is a game that I've recently been turned on to. It's actually a really, really fun game. Extremely fun game. It's sort of like a... Oh, God. How can I describe this? You got enemies after you, you're collecting apples. I know that sounds extremely boring, but it's an extremely fun game. You know what? It's a fun game. It's a fun game.
Well, 200, 250, and 300 now, 300, get it down here to 3. I'm at 250, to 3, 300, get it down here to 300 now, 50. I'm at, you're out now.
It's running up pretty quick here. I'm at 350.
And 300 now, 50, now 4, now 400, get it down here to 4.
I'm not going any higher than that.
Now 4, now 400, get it down here to 4. And 50, now 450. I'm at 400, get it down here to 50, down 50, 425, sir. 425, now 50.
And somebody wants this machine more than I do. That's okay. I'm okay with that. You know why? Be patient. Because I will find what I want at the price I want to pay.
And he goes, oh, like that, all stupid looking.
Sold at $425 buyer number.
Stupid game chasers.
I can guarantee you ain't sold one in 6 months.
No, at least.
I'm trying to make a play on this Joust machine here. This is a machine that I will definitely spend a little bit more money on. Well, way more than $10. I'm willing and ready. This is a machine I don't have yet. This is a machine I definitely want. You know what? I'm going to go 8. Screw it. That's my final. That's it. If it goes above that, I'm out. I'm kind of not really holding my breath because there's lots of stuff here I can still buy with that $800. But definitely hoping nobody's going to outbid me.
850. Down 9. Down 9. 850. Get it down here to 900. 850 to 9.
He ain't sold one in a couple years. Somebody keeps asking about it.
So Jay's bidding on this Joust, and I'll be honest, I'm not much of a Joust fan. I much prefer my balloon fight.
Now 9, 900. I got 825. 925. 925.
Add a quarter.
I'm out. This thing wound up selling for $9. All right, good on them. That's just a little more than I wanted to pay.
I told him, I said, you know what? I'll give you 125 bucks for it.
We never. I mean, that's a very rare game. What is it? Arctic? It says Arctic Electronics. And the game is Mars.
So we got this game Mars here. It's not something I have to have, but it's something a little unique that might make for a good filler machine. So, you know, why not? I'll throw a couple $100 at it to see what happens.
With this one, I don't think I've ever played, and it looks kind of interesting.
Say 200.
I got two right here, JR.
I got 250 with Roy, now 3. Now 50, now 4, now 50, and 500. I'm at 450, down here, now 5. Now we're right here in the front row.
All right, it quickly ran up more than I wanted to pay. No harm, no foul.
It's worth some big money to somebody somewhere.
So it's 450 bucks.
Out of
This room.
Sucks. Would have loved to have Mars in the barcade that I'm going to frequent a lot. Look, I like space games, and I like Mars. I like Mars. I've liked Mars ever since I've seen Total Recall. Total Recall, or even War of the Worlds. They were from Mars in the original movie. But then when the series came out, they were from Mortax, season 1, not from Mars. And then to add to the confusion, in season 2 of War of the Worlds, they were from Mothrai. It's like, make up your mind.
I think our resources here are being harvested by outside sources, be it aliens or Decepticons or whatever. So maybe it's time to jump ship and start over, colonize a different planet.
Not to be confused with Mothra, by the way.
Somebody. You don't see the.
So now we have the super rare, the missile command sit down.
We're about to start bidding on it. Let's go. Well, I'm not, but someone is.
They say there's only about 10 of them left in the world, folks.
And this is the beauty.
There was only 75 made, so.
JR 40 years ago at that.
Now they're saying there were only 75 of these ever made, and I'm looking, and it says on my research, I'm looking, it says 200 were made. Still a low number. I don't know who's lying. Someone's lying. Well, but it's. So the auctioneer starts off in the thousands in this thing, and well, it's not going home with us.
I'm at 62, I'm get it down here, down 63, I'm going down 62, I'm get it down here, down 63.
Probably the last one you'll sell in your life.
I'm sure it will
It's the
be.
only one that we've ever sold.
63. Sold 6,200.
It's a California buyer, 215.
This machine sold for $6,200, y'all. I knew it'd be up there. I'll be honest, I didn't think it'd go above 2,500.
And that guy was out. Look at the side art on it. Hey, JR, look at the side art of this game.
All right, so now we're up onto one of the ones that I really hope Jay wins. I was playing this a lot before the auction started, and I've never been the biggest Trog fan. I know Jay loves it on the NES, but the experience on arcade is different. It's obviously the same game, but it's I don't know. It's got these cool like claymation graphics.
It's sad and it's disgusting is what it is.
And while this is not an original Trog cabinet, it's still a really good Frankenstein. And Trog's just a great game. I play this a lot actually on NES, and in my opinion, it's a hidden gem on that console. It looks fantastic on arcade, actually.
I think he's gonna bid on it. I just hope he wins it. I gotta win something on this damn auction.
This is at the top of my list.
Let's see where we're at.
Good use of space.
And right to you down, how much you want? I'm at 200, get it down here.
Yeah!
All right, bidding starts here. 300, easy. Let's go. 4.
Comes out.
Yeah.
And 5. I'm at 400, get it down here.
Yeah!
5, 6. Damn, we're up to 7. Oh, it's gotten up to 8. At this point, I gotta ask myself, do I want to go higher?
You want to give 850? You want to give 850 Chicago Cubs? Now 900, Danny.
I just bid $850 on this machine. That's insane, isn't it?
And 900, get it down here. You want to be 875?
I'm a cheap son of a bitch. So you know I want this machine.
You know what I hate about these auctions is the auctioneers.
75.
Now I'm holding my breath. hoping don't. There's been one other guy, and I don't know who, because every time they say, yep, they do that, and I turn around, like, they're gone. I'm hoping whoever the hell it is yelling behind me is not going to get this machine.
Why is that necessary?
You want to be 875, sir? 850 now, 75.
Just please don't bid another time on this.
Okay, don't please, because I don't think he's going to go 900. I don't think that he's going to go 900.
Fart?
That'll be 10,000. Sorry, $850. What's your number?
Where's the sticker?
164.
Trog.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I gotta be honest. That's a lot of money. This is a cab straight up in DFW. I've never seen this in any arcade in DFW. You know what? I don't care. I don't care that it's not an original cab because you're playing the game. That's the bottom line here. People are gonna play the game. They're not gonna look at the cab and be like, actually, that's not original.
We'll go to this arcade or go to this arcade. Well, this arcade has Trog. Let's go to that one.
I'm a floating head. Okay, so I only got two things here. I got the NeoGeo Kit, Conversion Kit, and I got the Trog Machine. I'm okay with that, actually. The Trog in itself is an extremely uncommon to rare arcade cabinet that most places don't have. I'll be honest, of all the arcades that I've ever been in, all over this country, and I do travel a lot, I've never seen a Trog Machine. That don't mean they're not out there, just the ones I've been to, I've never seen a Trog Machine. Okay, so we got a local store out here called Freaks and Geeks. Amazing store, amazing owners. I love these guys. Unfortunately, they're closing down for about a year. Hopefully only about a year.
The apocalypse wasn't too kind on them, and they're having to close their physical doors. And they're going to go online only.
They're getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff, and part of that whole bunch of stuff is, well, about 5 arcade machines.
So he's picking up some pretty cool machines here. One of them is Robocop.
I've learned over the last few months that a lot of people really like Robocop. It's a side-scrolling shoot 'em up.
This Robocop game is a lot like the Atari ST version of Robocop it was one of the Atari ST games that I owned, and I played a ton of it. It was so hard to get to Ed 209. Every time I got past, which was the first stage boss, by the way, I considered that I'd beat the game because it was so hard. It's almost like a spitting image of that Atari ST game. It's pretty. This thing is cool, and I will definitely be on this arcade machine a lot. I'm pretty sure.
Actually, that's not original.
Little known fact, Robocop was actually shot in Dallas, which is, well, not where we're at right now, but it is relatively close to us by about 40 miles. I don't know why I looked at my
vicinity.
list. Yeah, it's local.
Weren't parts of 3 filmed in Houston? Is that right?
I think bits and pieces of the entire series was filmed in Dallas, because in every one of them you can see the Dallas skyline, but there may have been Houston for a few scenes too.
Now we have a game called Pyros. I have no idea what this game is about. I've never touched it in my entire life, but it looks like it could be decent just from the marquee, which I don't know how you could exactly judge it by the marquee, but yeah, whatever.
That's a really good game. Road Riot 4-wheel drive. That is actually a stand-up racing machine. So if I'm being honest, most of these are just filler machines, but there's some good filler machines.
Now this is cool. He's getting Growl. Now Growl is it's not as common of a beat 'em up. You know, when you think beat 'em ups at the arcade, obviously you think Simpsons and Turtles and X-Men and
Fart,
Final Fight, and you know all that stuff. But do you think of Growl? I don't think you do. But Growl's pretty cool too. You're basically going out and murdering poachers, and you use your fists and weapons, and you even use a machine gun. because, you know, poachers definitely need to be blown away. Another game here, Altered Beast. I was never the biggest Altered Beast fan. I've played it on Genesis and different. I don't like it. I think it sucks. Booty hole.
Altered Beast sucks. If I'm being honest, Altered Beast blows.
Look, I stand by my convictions.
Walks around like this, hitting motherfuckers, right? It's not a horrible game. It's not a horrible game. But it's not the best arcade game out there, but everyone knows it. So we got all these machines in, all 5 of them in. We got them strapped down pretty good, I think. You know, you got the ratchet straps, which, you know, don't go in there with like yarn trying to move arcade machines.
It really sucks. This was one of those, I guess, cornerstone stores that, you know, if we were out in this area and we were game chasing flea markets and stuff like that, and we could, you know, we were just having no luck or whatever, this was a place that would be, you know, we know we could come and at least get something. And it's awful. It sucks. I hate seeing small businesses suffer. You know, it's heartbreaking. They're good people and, you know, just trying to make a living in life, and, you know, the world deals them a blow. And some cool arcades Jay's taking home, but just wish the circumstances were better.
Overall, it's been a good week for game chasing. These are still video games. They're just not cartridge or disc-based games. They are machines.
I know I like Robocop. Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Actually, that's not original.
Fart?
So one of the machines actually tipped and was resting on the side. And it did make me a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Billy pulled over, and we just happened to pull into this vacant kind of lot area where there was a discarded tire there. So what we did was we took that machine and moved it over to the edge. So now there's spaces in between them, and we put the tire in between the two machines. That way they weren't gonna tilt. I literally have gotten all of my cocked for $300 or less.
Look at all